I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? You know, hope's a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops.
My name is Crawford-Crawford, and this is Midday in Manhattan, and we are proud, nay, honored to have with us as our special guest today, all right, that delightful performer, Ms. Pinkie.
Hi, T. Crawford.
Hello, Pinkie.
Nice
It's always
to see
a
you.
pleasure seeing you. Please
Minkie's with me
sit down.
today again.
Hello.
We love coming to
Hello.
your set here.
Oh, and you have, it seems you have some wonderful new things happening since last we
I sure
last
do.
we
I'm
met.
a lucky little Winkie.
Right. Now, for those of you who weren't with us last time, Pinkie is playing Mila in that smash Broadway hit, The Exciting Road from Nowhere. Now, Pinkie, why don't you remind our audience of your background? All right, for those of you who don't know, Pinkie played every performer in a circus, from the bearded lady to the tattooed lady to the strong man. So why don't you tell us about it?
It's so fun to go back to those days, you know. In the circus, I played the fat lady, and I had layers and layers and layers of hoops, and underneath, I had the little short guys under there fixing and fluffing my skirts and making me look fatter. And oh, what fun we had on the train going to the next town. You know, I told you I had a few little affairs with the ringmaster, but we won't get into it today.
Well, I imagine that the ringmaster has never been happy since breaking up.
I haven't heard
with
anything.
you. I know for a fact there's an old Turkish adage, say, never date a man who just broke up with a sword swallower.
That's true.
Yeah. So now let's talk about your newest project. All right. I know that.
Oh, the cat's out of the bag.
Yes. All right. For those of you who don't know, Pinkie has just formed a new rock and roll group. It is called the Pinkie Ring.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Now I have.
And we have some kinky people in it too.
Yes, you have. Now this is a rumor that has been spread by some of the less reputable things. They say that both Winkie and Kinky, your backup singers, are actually part of your multiple personality, that you sort of back yourself up.
So if we're going to talk about multiple personalities, we must take off the glasses.
Okay.
Because I can get into the depths of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Some people see them as a shortcoming or a flaw in my character, but I love my little multi-schizophrenia state of mind when it comes over me.
Well, I
And I draw on those characters when I play Mila or somebody else that we might be introduced to down the line.
Now I find the whole concept of it extremely exciting.
Yes.
As far as it actually
And
goes.
even when I'm singing in my ring, sometimes I go into these bizarre characters from my background or from my schizophrenia moments.
Now your new
There goes Minkie.
your new album, Come Full Circle, has is really just ready to go platinum as far as it
Between me and God's ears.
and it hasn't even been released yet.
No.
All right,
And
private
it's
collectors.
been very, very promoted. Well, a lot of people are calling me to get a cut on the CD before it gets out there.
Well, speaking of from you to God's ears,
Yes.
I understand that you are scheduled to do a command performance at
the Vatican.
How
Woo!
cool is
V
that?
for Vatican.
Oh, how very,
It's
very
not for
cool
vagina,
is
it's for
that?
Vatican.
You know, oh,
You know.
yes,
Who
yes.
gets that?
Yeah.
But Pinkie.
You know, and you deserve it. Now, I have
thank
had the pleasure of hearing the cover song off of the album, which is Wet Dream Baptism.
Yes. And I came up with that original name.
Yes, and you are actually backed up by the Vienna Boys Choir.
Yes, by all means. They contacted me. Can you believe it?
I cannot think of any group that's
Wet Dream Boys? I mean, you know.
You know, the Vienna Boys Choir, Wet Dream
I'm just
Baptism.
a little worried what the Pope might think. But it's all in good time.
I don't think he will think anything, because when it comes to spirituality, there is no thought. The Catholic Church does not promote thinking. They promote feeling and enlightenment. And if the Pope is like 98% of the world,
I'm glad you told me that, because I know nothing about Catholicism.
You are an enlightening experience, believe me. So I think that I mean, like, you are the holy grail of the rock and roll world, and I think that he should be honored. You know,
I hope so. I hope he has a little soul and a little rhythm and a little fun.
Well, you know, the Catholic Church is very big on rhythm. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I got you now.
Catholic Church is very, very
they're big on that rhythm.
On that.
Yes,
but,
yes, they are.
Now, tell me, what are your plans? I mean, I know you're scheduled to be there next month.
Yeah, I'm flying to Italy next week because I want to get comfortable there. I want to get Minkie, my dog, settled in a nice little apartment there. They're going to help me get all situated. And then I want to get a feel for the grounds and the stage. And I want to hire a few extra people in the background. And that might be one of my fans calling. But anyway, we are going there early just to feel the Italian essence and the energy there. And I want to meet with the Pope a little bit early so he can see me and get used to me. So yes, we're going to leave soon. We're going to be in Italy for a month. We're going to tour around. We're going to do Naples, and we're going to go to Vienna, and then we're going back to Venice. So we're going to move around a little bit.
So I imagine you're going to get to go to Florence, to Venice,
Milano,
and you know.
Do a little shopping and pick up the little threads for my outfit.
Well, honestly, I was one of my friends just returned from Rome, and she said the fashions are unbelievable. They certainly border on S&M. There's a lot of whips. There's a lot of chain, a lot of leather.
Spikes.
Yeah, and that didn't bother her, but the arrogance of the strut that these people have. You know, you are just a delightful.
Well, I hope they use good body odor and all that.
There is no arrogance in your persona, even though you have everything in the world to be arrogant.
I mean, I have friends that are street people, and I have friends in high places and low places and in the middle. We just all get along. We go across generations, we reach gaps, and I have no problems with that.
Now, I understand that you have, although you have indeed moved on from the circus life, that you have started a new charity to take in wayward fleas, and you have actually started hundreds of flea circuses that are actually being demonstrated in kennels and
my little flea bags.
Yeah, all over the United States. It's very, very noteworthy.
Yes, but I mean, there's so many traveling circuses that people don't realize that just need help and charities, and well, why not give back? Where I got started, I need to give to my roots.
I think it's absolutely
really.
I mean,
Pinkie always gives back. Right, Minkie?
Your list of credentials as far as being a philanthropist is just beyond belief.
And the clowns, oh, they're just always so dear and near to my heart.
I mean, there are poor children in Ethiopia who have never seen a flea circus.
Yeah, and they need to see a flea circus.
Yes.
And be enlightened and laugh and smile.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you might give us a whole new theory.
Maybe I'll take my music band there and go to these children. You know, that's an idea.
You certainly could. Have you? Well, I imagine everything could be translated into Ethiopian without too much of a difficulty.
Well, we can just figure it out and learn the language and get these girls up there and get them out of their pain.
Well, the first thing you could do is send over a few truckloads of the Viennese cookie, so that they would start.
Well, you did your homework
for the Viennese Boys Choir.
Yes.
And I understand that the Mormon Tabernacle Choir also wants to work with you.
Yes, they do. And we also have a few people coming from New York that are very Baptist.
Really?
Yes, and voila, they say, why not? They're reaching out.
It's wonderful.
Amazing to me.
I mean,
these are people I thought were shut down and out of it.
I have heard rumor that in the deepest portions of Louisiana, the real swamp country, all right,
love it there.
The people down there, they are actually abandoning the snake religions, and they have actually started the Pinkie congregation.
Well, I haven't heard about that.
No, they're actually trying to breed pink alligators. All right.
Well, we have to fly down there then. That's just too cool.
Yeah. Well, they're getting funding from the federal government. It's an educational issue because young children they don't see the alligators or anything else. And a lot of people are hurt, and the government is funding everything because they figure if they can get the alligators to be pink, then it would certainly save a lot of time.
Yes.
And everything. Now,
that's very exciting, though. But thank you for bringing that up. And I do love the snakes down there, and I hope they don't abolish that whole religion down there and get rid of voodoo. But I do love that the pink stuff has moved in.
Well, certainly.
And I can help advocate if you ever need any help.
Oh, I need help all the time, and the Pink Pentecostal parish is growing by leaps and bounds. Now, tell me, I understand. I haven't gotten to see the exciting road show recently. I know you went on a 6-month sabbatical, and when you came back, you had an entirely different take on playing Mila.
Well, I did, because Mila is that so ghostly, incredibly psychic, lonely person. And when I went away, I got into her roots or her origin. And she's very sad because she's calling to me. And she's very sad about her husband. And I think she told me in a dream, and I know she told me in a dream, is there somebody else that's loving you? And I keep hearing this song. Is there someone else that's loving you? And I think she thinks there's somebody else loving her husband, even though she's dead. She hears the calling, and she knows. And Glenn is sending vibes to her that he wants his father to remarry. And I'm getting this telepathically. Mila's speaking to me, because I went overseas, and I dug into her soul, and I got her essence. So now she's inside of me, speaking to me. This is incredible breakthroughs for me, playing this character.
She was, of course, as we all know, a Chesney tap dancer.
Yes. Oh, she tap like float on here.
Yeah, and she used to tap dance to a polka, which is a highly diverse talent.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it.
Have you decided to take up the dancing? I know it doesn't really give you an opportunity during the process of the show. But did you start taking this up to gain a closeness to the character?
I did, and I started tapping, and then she'd tap back, and I would tap some more, and she'd tap back, and she'd say, please, find out more information about my husband. Find out more about Glenn and Paul, and let me know psychically what's happening. So I feel now I have a responsibility to Mila, on top of just playing her in a picture.
Well, have you had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with not only Paul and Glenn, but also the two actors that are playing them? Have you gotten to?
Well, I'm going to get to know Paul a little better. I haven't had a perfect chance to get to know him, but I want him to see me and be together and spend some time. Glenn, I have met. Glenn seems a little bit anxious. And I don't know why, for his father to remarry. Now, this might be his own latent sexual problem. I don't know why he wants his father to be married so fast and have a lot of sexual experiences. Maybe his mother didn't have that. And that's why Mila's very concerned. Why is he loving someone else?
Well, because she's dead.
Well, yes,
you
but
know.
people can be dead and still be
Yes,
loved and
yes,
cherished.
yeah. Well, no,
And-
certainly. I mean, so I would think that as a ghostly entity, she would be overjoyed that her husband is finding a peace in this life, or pieces, depending on who he's dating at the time. You know,
Well, I think some women want their husbands to be happy, but they also don't want to be left behind or forgotten. And that's where she's coming from. I've dug into her pain, and I've researched her empathy, and I have come up with this idea that this is why she's feeling left out.
Now, has she communicated with you at all about what life is like on the other side?
Yes, and it's quite mystical. She does not want to come back here to this world. She's really happy where she is. Although she's a little lonely, she's very safe, serene. She floats around like a white light ghost, and she goes in and out of people's scenarios and listens to dialogue. And that's intriguing, to be able to see this.
Sure.
Yes, she sees lots of things. She's been telling me little tidbits, just a little bit.
Now, I know that you have spent many years channeling, and I know that you have had a few spirit guides. Do you find any conflict or animosity when another spirit enters your body and your cosmic consciousness from your past guides and channelers?
Sometimes I feel it's an invasion, but quite honestly, I accept other spirits to come through and let me know what's on their mind and speak to me in a way that there's a message there, obviously. But I don't let the dark ones in too often, because they can very much bring me to a low, depressed state of mind.
Oh, well,
And they're robbing my energy. I let all the other ones through. And they come and they flow, and they bring me white feathers. And we burn a lot of white candles.
Well, that's good. You are certainly a very high energy.
Yes, Pinkie loves candles. And we invite all the spirits in. And Mila sometimes shows up at these particular little seances. And she speaks of Paul and Glenn constantly, Tommy. Just so you know, so you could let them know.
Yeah. Well, we have to.
Yes, I know. We have to get to break.
We have to. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We will be right back. My name is T. Crawford-Crawford. We are here with this lovely young lady, Pinkie, and hope, stay with us. We will be right back.
I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? You know, hope's a thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all.